Mr. Lee.
Sure. The UN bribery case of Ng Lap Seng has now had a superseding indictment that accuses Mr. Ng of buying benefits from UNDP and expands the time limit of the case up to September 2015. Mm-hmm. So one, I'm wondering if you have any comment on this, as it seems to be an expanding case. And two, I want to reiterate the request now for several months that UNDP hold a press conference, at least on the audit that it released, and state why the money that was given.
I think
by
on your
China, they still
your
have.
second part, you can address that request to UNDP.
I have not.
I have not seen the new indictment, so I can't comment on it.
You had said from here that they would do it. I've
I
spoken
know.
to the head of the office,
Okay.
and he hasn't done it.
Okay.
So I'm wondering, as the Secretariat, Ban Ki-moon, the head of the system,
I know where we are. Okay.
cover up.
You're always free, and have always been free to express your opinions.
Sure. I wanted to ask if there's any comment. The UN, I guess, accepted or created government in Libya has fired 4 ministers. What does the Secretary General think of it?
You know, this is a government of the Libyan people. There's a political process underway. We continue to call on all parties in the country to support the Presidency Council.
Okay. And there's a meeting down in Conference Room 8 of the Secretary General's partners group on Myanmar. Mm-hmm. And my understanding is that the representative of Myanmar said his government is not going to use the term Rohingya, finds it divisive, and made no commitment to the opening up of an office of the High Commissioner of Human Rights in the country. Does the Secretary General think that the self-identified term of Rohingya can and should be used? And does he have a view on whether an office of the High Commissioner of Human Rights should be opened?
We will release the Secretary General's remarks. Our position on the Rohingyas has not changed.
And on whistleblowers.
Yeah.
Go
ahead.
I don't mean to. Yeah, there's I'm sure you may or may not have seen the Government Accountability Project's statement on this, but there was a decision by the Appeals Tribunal yesterday denying, basically excluding from coverage of Mr. Postica and somebody else about the long-standing Dudley case. And they've critiqued the decision as one that basically shows that there is no protection for whistleblowers in the system, that if the ethics office doesn't itself take action, they have no access to this mechanism. What's the response to it?
The Administrative Tribunal has rendered a judgment. The Government Accountability Office is free to express its opinion. Mr. Lee.
It's a press freedom question. You may have seen that in South Africa, the South African Broadcasting Corporation is being protested by journalists, 3 of whom were suspended, and the CEO quit because they're essentially censoring coverage of protests of the government. And I wanted to know, you've had other comments on it. What do you make of this, I guess, journalists resigning in the face of censorship? And
I haven't seen the particular reports. Obviously, the Secretary General is a firm believer in freedom of the press. Thank you.